Hello traders, this is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix, and this is the week ahead video for April 23rd, 2017, and I hope you guys are having a great weekend. You know, this particular video is a little bit tougher to film, and the reason why is because what's happening over the weekend, and particularly on Sunday with the French elections, because uh, whatever you saw happen going into Friday could greatly be altered going into Sunday afternoon once trading starts as the French elections wrap up and we start to see exit polls and whatnot. So I think just as the FX market opens around, well, you'll start to see quotes maybe around 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern. Most trade stations, especially if you're a retail trader, won't allow you to trade till 5 p.m. But some institutional traders and that have institutional platforms, you'll see some quotes and early indications of what the euro is going to do and what the market's going to do a couple hours prior. So things can dramatically change between the time you watch this video and the time that the market closed and by the time we resume trading Sunday evening and then obviously into Monday. I guess before I get into all that, I'm going to take you over to the Forex Analytics traffic light page just so you can see some of the end of week analysis. But like I said, it can greatly change going into the early parts of trading on Sunday. And if you guys haven't tried the ForexAnalytix platform, remember it's $1 for 10 days. We have a special coming up very soon. I'm not going to tell you about it until it's here, but you should still try ForexAnalytix. And for those of you that have, make sure you download the app so you can have our analysis on the go. You can get it in the App Store, in Google Play, iOS App Store, all that fun stuff. All right, let's go to the traffic light page here. And like I said, the analysis that you're going to see here, like if you go to the euro dollar, I mean, the great news is let's start off with the euro dollar because this is probably going to be a currency pair most greatly influenced by this weekend's events and this is going to be the same for the dollar index as well. You're going to see a triangle, and we're in the apex of a triangle, and you could see the breakout points roughly are 108 right here, and down here around 106 and a quarter. I mean, so this is roughly about a 150 to 175 pip trading range, apex of a triangle that is going to break out. And when we break out, that's really what you're looking for is you're looking for a breakout sustained. That means we close above there for the day or we close below here for the day, and that should give us some pretty clear direction for the following days after a breakout. One would think. Now you also have to put the pieces together why we're rallying. So in the event the euro rallies, it's probably because the French elections came out with a Le Pen Macron victory, and they're going to head into the second round. Now, here's the thing about like the French elections, and you have Macron and Le Pen who are expected to really make it to the second round. Yeah, Fillon, and excuse me if I'm not French, and if I mutilate these names and you are French, don't take offense because I'm just a lowly American. And then really the other runner up that you got to pay attention to is Mélenchon, and we've got four real front runners because Hammond's not really a factor anymore. But the four front runners, you have Mélenchon and Le Pen, who really represent the dynamics that we've seen through Brexit and through the Trump presidency here in the U.S. and the kind of break away from the Eurozone and need for change type of candidates. Now, those two, in the event that we have those two facing off in the final round, the euro is not going to break out to the upside. It's going to break to the downside, probably fairly aggressively, as both candidates really are looking to segregate themselves, France away from the Eurozone, to some to a greater, some to a lesser extent. Macron is a little bit different stance, but would be more in line with staying in the Eurozone and trying to work out Eurozone issues in particular. So that likelihood could put us above, like with a Le Pen Macron face off, that could put us towards 108 and maybe break us above. But you have to think it's not over. That this is only going into the second round, and it's like when in the United States, when we had President Trump, and at the time candidate Trump, and 15 or 14 other Republicans, and then it was Trump and Clinton facing off into the presidential elections, and eventually President Trump won. And so that just because it's a Le Pen Macron runoff doesn't mean that you're out of the woods if you're long the euro dollar. I mean, we might get a pop. I'm just saying that we might get a recovery above 108, possibly a little higher, maybe squeeze up towards 109. But remember, just a couple of weeks away, we're going into the final election, and the things can happen. We've seen it happen in Brexit. We've seen it happen in the U.S. So it doesn't mean you're out of the woods yet. But the euro's obviously set up pretty well. Now, I could spend really a half an hour talking about all this, but I'm trying to keep this short and sweet. So the euro dollar, obviously, we've got the triangle there. One other currency pair, not euro, well, it's Europe related, not euro related in particular, is the pound. The pound, when the snap elections were announced in the UK, all right, that really, Theresa May really, that announcement really allowed for the pound to break this triangle and test, and you can see here on the weekly chart, really test this resistance zone, this 128 level, and we closed above 128. We break above 130, and we could realistically see 135 now, or in the low 130s to maybe even higher than that, maybe 135, maybe even up towards 137 ish. Now the thing about the cable, and this is important because I've been trading a lot of the euro pound. I actually have had a core short position. My cost average in the euro pound is somewhere around 84 and a half. I mark to market every day, so it's I try to keep track of where my cost average is. It's about 84 and a half pence, and we traded below 84 pence, and we're testing this neckline of this big head and shoulder pattern. I still carry a short position in the euro pound even going into this weekend, just because, well, the pound's in breakout territory. So even if the euro does recover a bit, the pound might stand to continue to break higher, as I showed you on the cable. So I'm not really too worried about it. We might get to 84. We might even get back to 84 and 20, 84, 30. Not, like I said, I'm not really worried about it if it gets up to my cost average. I'm looking at a much longer term breakdown, taking us down towards 82 pence, which is a 161% extension of this move, okay? Or even down towards 80 pence and maybe even lower. I mean, the head and shoulder pattern really points towards like the low 70 pence level. And would it be awesome if we got there? Sure, of course. If you're short, are we going to get there tomorrow? No, and it's going to be a long drawn out process should that happen anyway. But the euro pound, I don't mind holding a short, and I haven't even through this election process, just because, again, the pound's in breakout territory. One of the other things I want to talk about, and I know we've talked a lot about this, is gold. Gold is testing and I'm actually going to pull up the chart here just so I can show you more of a longer term basis on gold. Here it is, XAU. If you are looking at the weekly chart, I mean, this is from 2011 highs to 2017. That's almost it's a 5.5 year, almost 6 year trend line. Well, it's actually almost 5.5 year trend line. Bottom line is, it's held us in check, and it's held gold bears, I mean, this has been their pivot area. This has been the place that's ripe for shorting the gold market. And I'll tell you, from a risk reward perspective, it does make sense to be short here. But with all the risks surrounding, the French elections, just in general, risk appetite in general, and if you look at equity markets that are still very, I think, elevated currently, the risks are that we eventually break to the upside. And I'll tell you what, when I look at the gold market, if I was short gold, and I try to put myself in the shoes of somebody who's trading opposite side of the market. So if you're short gold, you've got to be a little nervous here. I mean, the pullbacks have been very minor. We've held this breakout point, and it doesn't want to pull back yet. So if you're short, you're probably sweating bullets a little bit. That would be my thought process. For somebody who might be in gold. Again, things, and if you want to know like the catalyst why the gold market could break above here, well, if we do have a Le Pen Mélenchon runoff, I would assume that the euro is maybe 200 pips lower going into Monday, and gold will probably be in breakout territory, well above 1300, and probably on its way to 1350. Now that's all theoretical because we don't know until we know, and during an election process you're going to get all these polls and speculation and whatnot, but the risks are that we could break to the upside, and if we do, it's going to be massive. And I've got to imagine there's a ton of stops here. This is the election night. Dale Pinkert, our new host for the FACE webinars, our daily free webinars. If you don't go to those, make sure you do every day at 9 a.m. Eastern. But we have Dale has interviews with traders and managers and the team here at ForexAnalytix. We join in throughout the course of the week. He was mentioning this is the spike high, following the elections. That is, I've got to imagine, as he said, that there's probably a lot of stops above that 1340 level that we've got to watch. So gold, again, really on the radar here. It's something that we all should be paying very close attention to. Oh, this is silver. I don't even know why I was looking at silver here, and I'm still looking at silver. Let's here's gold, and you can see that there's the big resistance in gold. Once again, the markets can change a lot going into Sunday afternoon, evening, night, from what any type of analysis you've seen here, and you can see throughout a lot of our analysis this week as we wrap things up, says Sunday the market may open completely different than the end of week analysis due to the French first round of elections. So we try to put the disclaimer there because things can dramatically change. If you're looking at candlesticks and you're like, well, hey, I saw a candle close at certain close that should be bearish or bullish. Yeah, that sounds great in theory, but things can change dramatically following those elections. So you'll notice that even if you look at our traffic light page here, there's a lot of sideways price action, and that could change. Also, one other thing is keep an eye on the Swiss. Obviously, if there's something that is not friendly for the Eurozone in general, coming out of the French elections, the Swiss franc could stand to gain strength, and the Swiss National Bank will be very busy trying to intervene, I am sure. One last thing, guys. This is fun. This is the fun stuff, guys and gals. If you go to our homepage and you go over to our blog, we have a giveaway, and check this out. It's going to be so much fun. We want to see your trading setups. You guys and gals, take a picture of your trading setups. It doesn't have to be this. This happens to be mine, but it doesn't have to look like this. It could have one monitor and your phone. But what we want to see is we want to see a picture of you, your trading platform, and or how you do it basically, and how it works for you. We want to hear how it works for you. We're going to showcase the winners. Now, each one of us at ForexAnalytix is going to select a winner. and then we're all going to comment on those. Like I picked John Doe because John Doe has his setup works for him, and he has this, and this, and I love it. And we're going to each pick a winner, but the grand prize winner will get this set of silver buy, sell, or hold pure silver dice. It's really cool, and I have them here actually in my office, ready to go for that lucky winner. And then for the other six, well, actually the other five plus the sixth one here, you'll get a ForexAnalytix hat. We've got our mouse pad and coffee mug, and that's our t-shirt. This is our original ForexAnalytix t-shirt. So make sure you guys enter all the instructions on how to enter. You don't have to be a ForexAnalytix subscriber to win. So we want to see it. Bring it. We hope you can, we hope you do that. And thank you guys and gals for listening in. Good luck this weekend, especially on Sunday for the elections. I hope you guys are positioned well. Thanks for listening. This is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix. Have a great trading week.